Hey, it's ETH here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Ethereum. I'll cover web analysis with Elliott Waves theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 4-hour time frame and looking at the counts from the lows of June 18th. Since then, again, we had a bearish count and a bullish count. This is the bearish one where we are expecting this to be a three-way structure. And again, this would be the start of something larger. Then we are expecting a three-way pullback and then another pattern leg going higher. The bullish one is only different in the sense that this is a five-way structure here instead of a three-way structure. The differentiation between those two is just that. The bullish one here does have an invalidation at these lows. So if we are going to be breaking the $880-ish dollar area, then the only scenario we still have left is the bearish one. At that point, again, we will look into this more and check out the invalidations for that as well. But for now, both of these are still in play. And both of them are still expecting a five-way move from the lows of this wave B, if that indeed is going to be happening. But before again B is complete, we need to be finishing this middle structure here, which the idea is this one. In here we would be expecting a three-way structure into W, three-way structure into X, and then looking for another three-way structure here into that wave Y. The expectation here is that as we have created a possible five-way structure here into a wave A, we would be creating some kind of connector wave here into that wave B, and then another five-way structure into that C. We have some targets here on higher time frame of 1-to-1 in price, which would be taking us right to the $871 area where we are having these lows that we had on June. Also, the 1-to-1 in price would be around 13th of December. We'll see which or if one of these is going to be holding true and having that hit perfectly. But again, we do have more targets, and again, the price target range would be all the way down here. But yeah, that is just the higher time frame expectations. The thing here at the smaller time frame is that we have not yet completed that wave B, so this is what we need to be focusing on next. We have had a few different ideas here labeled, where we had this as a three-way structure here, a three-way structure like so, and then looking for another three-way structure upwards, or a five-way structure, because we have already retraced more than 90% here for this second structure over here. The expectation is that we are going to get a five-way structure from here on out, creating this as an A, B, and C. The middle structure here, or the connector basically, is a bit wonky looking with the way I've labeled it before. This being a WXY, we have had a couple of different ideas here as well. One of them is saying that we had this as an A, B, and C. Not very pretty, this A wave here either. Again, it could do its job like so, or we would have something else, something in the middle of these, where we'd have something like that as well, could be potential. But it doesn't really matter at this moment what kind of structure you have in the middle. To me, it is already finished here at these lows. And as this first structure here is a three-way structure, and this middle structure does feel like it is as well a three-way structure, to me, we are still looking upwards and in the form of that C wave. So overall, A, B, and then C. Again, we do have some targets here. If we are looking at this here, where is that gone? There it is. Okay, so that's right. And let's check out the targets for that possible C wave if it has or started now. We can use the extension tool here and have these as some of the targets. 1.382 gets right into the golden pocket, so that is definitely one target. We do have the 1.382 and 1-to-1 extension targets as well as some of the main targets here for this, but we'll see how that turns out. Again, we definitely need to be having matching targets from this lower time frame as well in comparison. So what do we have here on smaller time frame is a potential five-way move. Again, as we are expecting a five-way move on the higher time frame for this C wave, this definitely looks pretty okay. If we are going to the 15-minute time frame, we can see that we had a double divergence here. This peak So basically these highs against this high and this high against these highs. So creating that double divergence here on RSI against the price. At the moment, again, the idea here is that we would be looking for this as a 5-way move here, and then looking for a three-wave pullback for that wave 2, and then continuation upwards with a 5-wave extension. But yeah, that is pretty much the expectation here. I'm going to be looking into the targets here and going long with these 0.5, 38.2 and the golden pocket here. It didn't really seem to be having much of support anywhere here. We did have this somewhat respected zone here where we had previous supports until it became resistance, and then again support here. So this area here definitely had some kind of influence, which again lines up pretty well with the golden pocket here. But again, unless what I want to see is some kind of three-way structure ending at all of these levels. So I do have some kind of Fibonacci targets for my longs, so I can set them up properly. Again, we would be going against these lows, so definitely use your risk management properly, and just again, as we see here, the extension target or the risk is kind of large already, a 5% at the 0.5. So there is definitely some kind of need to either wait for another push up if you want to be waiting that and then going against that low, or you would be just dollar cost averaging in these specific areas. I'm going to be doing that for one position, and if I am awake, then I'm going to be looking for that another scalp position here to go long against these lows, if this again is going to be turning or going to be playing out the way I want. If not, then probably not going to do that. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for today for ETH. If you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below, and for now I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you next video. Bye bye.